The white toga with the purple border is on your shoulders. You've worn it for months now. Dictator Perpetuo. Dictator in perpetuity. Not for 6 months. Not for a year. Forever. The Senate gave you that title with their own hands, and you accepted it with yours. It is the Ides of March, 44 BC. The theater of Pompey. You can smell the incense from the morning sacrifices. Someone told you not to come today, a soothsayer, your wife Calpurnia, who woke up screaming from a nightmare. You came anyway. You always come anyway. You sit down. 23 men you know by name are walking toward you. You recognize Brutus last. That one takes a moment longer to understand. How did it start? You are born into the Julian clan, one of the oldest patrician families in Rome. That sounds like everything. It is almost nothing. Your family traces its lineage to the goddess Venus herself. That's what they say at dinner, that's what your mother Aurelia repeats when tutors come and go. But the house on Subura Street tells a different story. Subura is not the Palatine Hill. Subura is loud, crowded, and poor by Roman aristocratic standards. The smell of street food and open sewers drifts through the window where you do your lessons. Your father, Gaius Caesar the Elder, dies when you are 15. No great inheritance. No political connections left standing. Just a name, and in Rome, a name without money is a coat with no fabric. It keeps none of the cold out. Your Aunt Julia is married to Gaius Marius, the great general, the man who reformed the Roman army and saved the Republic from the Cimbri. That connection will matter. Then Marius dies. Then his rival Sulla marches on Rome with his legions, the first time a Roman general has ever done that, and everything your family touched becomes dangerous. Sulla's proscription lists go up in the forum. Names of men to be killed. Your name is almost on one of them. You are 17. You are told to divorce your wife Cornelia, daughter of Sulla's enemy. You refuse. That refusal costs you your inheritance, her dowry, and your priesthood appointment. You have nothing now except the refusal itself. The comfortable future that was supposed to be automatic. You were meant to inherit a path. Instead, you inherit a lesson that in Rome, survival requires choosing which risks are worth taking. Sulla's allies intercede on your behalf. Sulla pardons you, but reportedly says, "In this Caesar, there are many Mariuses." He sees something. You file that away. In Caesar, there are many Mariuses. You will spend the rest of your life proving him right. You are 25. You are sailing to Rhodes to study rhetoric under Apollonius Molon, the best teacher of public speaking in the world. You want to be a lawyer, a speaker, a man of the forum. You are practical about it. Cilician pirates capture your ship somewhere in the Aegean. They hold you for ransom. They demand 20 talents of silver. You are insulted. You tell them, directly to their faces, that you are worth at least 50. They laugh. You are not joking. For 38 days you live among them. You sleep on their ship. You write poetry and speeches and you make them listen. When you want to sleep, you tell them to be quiet, and somehow they are. You play games with them. You threaten them, cheerfully, that once you are released you will come back and crucify every single one of them. They laugh again. They think you are eccentric. They think it is a joke. Your ransom arrives. 50 talents. They release you. You go directly to Miletus. You raise a small fleet with private funds. You sail back. You find them. You capture them. You recover the 50 talents. Then you crucify all of them, exactly as promised, though you cut their throats first, as a mercy, because during the 38 days you had grown almost fond of them. Whatever remained of the assumption that the world is ordered and fair. The pirates could have killed you for sport. The fact that they didn't is luck, not justice. This is the first time you command men in the field. It works. They follow you not because of rank but because of something else, a certain to you project that is difficult to explain and impossible to fake. You notice this. You remember it. You are 37. You have been climbing for over a decade, military tribune, quaestor in Spain, aedile, now Pontifex Maximus, the chief priest of Rome. That last one shocked everyone. You were not supposed to win that election. You spent money you did not have to win it. The debt is staggering. Scholars will later estimate it at the equivalent of what a small army costs to field for a year. Creditors wait outside your door. Crassus, Marcus Licinius Crassus, the richest man in Rome, covers some of it because he sees you as a useful investment. You hate needing him. You take his money anyway. The Aegean ship nearly broke you financially, but it made your name. You hosted games, Ludi, of a scale Rome had not seen. 320 pairs of gladiators in silver armor. Wild beast hunts. Theater performances. The crowd roared your name. The crowd does not pay your debts. You are Pontifex Maximus now, which means you move into the official residence on the Via Sacra. For the first time in your life you live in a house that matches your name. Cornelia is dead. You have a daughter, Julia. You have remarried Pompeia, granddaughter of Sulla. You divorce her when a scandal attaches itself to her name. The scandal may not even be true. It doesn't matter. You say, Caesar's wife must be above suspicion. You mean, Caesar cannot afford any weakness visible to the public. Privacy. The ability to be wrong in small ways without consequence. You are becoming a symbol before you have become powerful, and symbols cannot afford ordinary human errors. The Catiline conspiracy. A senator named Catiline attempts to overthrow the Republic. Cicero exposes him. The Senate debates whether to execute the conspirators without trial. You stand up and argue against it, not because you like Catiline, but because the precedent of executing Roman citizens without trial will eventually be used against men you do care about. You are almost alone in this position. Cato tears your argument apart. The conspirators are executed. You are right about the precedent. It will take 20 more years to prove it. You are 42. You have maneuvered yourself into the governorship of Cisalpine Gaul, Transalpine Gaul, and Illyricum, 3 provinces, 3 armies, and a mandate to do whatever is necessary on the frontier. You leave Rome owing money to half the Senate. You intend to return rich enough to buy the other half. Gaul is not a posting. Gaul is 8 years of continuous war across a territory larger than modern France, Belgium, and Switzerland combined. You will personally command operations in over 50 battles. You will write about all of it, Commentarii de Bello Gallico, 7 books, written in the third person as though observing yourself from the outside. Caesar did this. Caesar decided that. It is the most sophisticated piece of political propaganda ever written by a general in the field, and it reads like clean, cold water. The numbers: 1 million Gauls killed, 1 million enslaved, 800 towns taken, 300 tribes subdued. These are your numbers, you wrote them down yourself. Modern historians argue about them. In 52 BC at Alesia, you besieged Vercingetorix with 60,000 men, then build a second wall facing outward to hold off a relief army of 250,000. You are besieging a city while being besieged yourself. It works. Vercingetorix surrenders. He will sit in a Roman prison for 6 years, displayed in your triumph, then executed. You write home to Rome constantly, dispatches, reports, the Commentarii. You are fighting a war and simultaneously running a media campaign. The people of Rome read your words at the Forum. They know your name the way they know the names of the gods, as something larger than a person. The part of you that did not know what it felt like to order the deaths of thousands. That calculation, how many lives for how much territory, becomes routine. You will later cross the Rubicon for your own survival and call it principle. The man who could not have made that calculation without flinching is gone somewhere in the forests of Gaul. The Senate, led by Pompey and Cato, demands you disband your army and return to Rome as a private citizen to face prosecution. You have been gone 8 years. Your political enemies have used the time well. To return without your army means certain legal destruction. To keep your army and march south means civil war. On January 10, 49 BC, you stand on the north bank of the Rubicon River, the legal boundary. Crossing with armed troops is treason. You cross. You reportedly say, the die is cast. You are 54. The civil war is over. Pompey is dead, not killed by you, killed in Egypt, his head sent to you as a gift by Ptolemy XIII. You looked at it and wept. Whether it was grief or theater, you yourself may not have known. You have been to Egypt. You have met Cleopatra, and Cleopatra has met you. She had herself smuggled into your quarters rolled in a carpet or a linen sack. The sources disagree on the container but not on the entrance. She is 21. You are 52. She is brilliant, politically desperate, and the only person in any room who treats you as an equal without needing something from you first. You stay in Egypt for 9 months longer than the military situation requires. Back in Rome you are Dictator Perpetuo now. The Senate gave you the title. You did not take it, they offered it, which is somehow worse for everyone involved because now they must live with what they did. You sit where kings sit. You accept honors that make the old Romans visibly uncomfortable. Someone places a crown on your statue. Your allies remove it. Someone places it again. This happens more than once. The message being sent is clear. The message being received is unclear, even to you. Brutus is your friend. You know his mother Servilia intimately. She has been important to you for decades. Some Romans whisper that Brutus might even be your son. He is not. But you love him the way men love the version of themselves they chose not to become, the man who stayed principled, who refused to be practical about everything. The ability to know who is in the room with you. Every conversation now contains a calculation you can feel but not see. Men who hated Pompey yesterday praise you today, and you know what that means about what they'll do tomorrow. You have won every war. You cannot win this one because it has no battlefield. Mark Antony offers you a crown at the Lupercalia festival, publicly, in front of thousands. You refuse it 3 times. The crowd cheers the refusals louder than they would have cheered an acceptance. You understand the theater of it. What you do not understand, or choose not to, is that the men sharpening knives in private do not care about theater. They care about what comes next. You are 55 years old, and you are tired in a way that has no name in Latin. The night before, Calpurnia dreamed that your statue ran with blood and Romans washed their hands in it. She begged you not to go to the Senate. Your doctor told you to stay home. You have been unwell, the seizures have been coming more frequently, and there is something in the way everyone around you moves that has changed in the past month. Too careful. Too deliberate. Decimus Brutus, not Marcus, but Decimus, another Brutus, one you trusted even more, came to your house in the morning and told you it would look weak to cancel. That the Senate was ready to offer you the kingship of the eastern provinces today, officially, and if you didn't come it would be seen as instability. You believed him because you wanted to believe him. Or you didn't believe him and you went anyway, because 70 years of life had taught you that the man who retreats from every danger dies in bed having never truly lived, and that was a worse death than any knife. The white toga with the purple border is on your shoulders. You sit down in your chair. Tilius Simba approaches first. He has a petition about his exiled brother. He grabs your toga. You say, "This is violence." Casca strikes first, a blow to the neck, shallow, not fatal. You grab his arm. Then the others move. 23 men. 23 wounds. You try to stand. You cannot. You pull the toga over your face so they will not see your expression. So you can choose the last thing they see of you. Everything remaining. Breath. The Eastern campaign you had planned against Parthia. The reform of the Roman calendar, already done, it will carry your name forever. The chance to know whether the republic you killed was worth what replaced it. There is no turning point here. The turn already happened, at the Rubicon, at Alesia, at 17 when you refused to divorce Cornelia. This is just where the road always ended. They will argue about you for 2,000 years. They will argue about whether you were saving Rome or destroying it, whether crossing the Rubicon was ambition or necessity, whether the dictatorship was a stepping stone to kingship or simply the only structure that could hold an empire together. Cicero, who survived you by less than 2 years before Antony's men cut off his head and hands, called your death the liberation of the Republic. The Republic lasted 11 more years before Augustus finished what you started. Brutus and Cassius will be dead within 3 years, at Philippi. Mark Antony will be dead within 14. Your adopted son Octavian, who will become Augustus, who will become the first emperor of Rome, will close the door on everything the assassins thought they were protecting. But you will not see any of it. In the chaos after the Ides, your body lies on the Senate floor for nearly 3 hours. No one comes to move it at first. The senators have fled. The assassins had a plan for killing you. They did not have a plan for the morning after. 3 of your slaves finally come. They carry you home on a litter, one arm hanging loose outside the fabric. The white toga with the purple border is soaked through. It is no longer white. It is no longer anything that can be worn again. They will burn it with you. You spent your life becoming too large for any room to hold. In the end, 3 slaves carry you through the streets of the city that was never sure whether to love you or fear you, and the answer, it turns out, was always both. The die was cast a long time before the Rubicon.